of singer Zubeen Garg. That's currently underway. Lakhs of fans have assembled in Guwahati. You can see on one side of the screen we have Zubeen Garg's wife and also the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma paying his tribute, his homage to the singer as he undertakes that final journey of his. So this is what Zubeen Garg really stands for. You can see a sea of humanity coming in to pay their last respects, to bid adieu to their favorite son, to their favorite singer, and all of them. And that entire gathering has not stopped. People have continued to pour in. They have assembled in lakhs and lakhs. We've had an appeal from Zubeen Garg's wife also in the past for people to maintain calm. It is a very, very distressing piece of news, a piece of news that left everyone shocked. Many are still not able to fathom that the singer, in fact, is no longer amongst them. And that is what the sad aspect of things really is. A lot of foul play theories also started doing the rounds, and hence there was a growing demand that an autopsy be conducted again, a second post-mortem after the one that was conducted in Singapore be done on the singer's body, and that has just been conducted this morning, and after which Zubeen Garg's mortal remains were brought into this place for the final journey, for the last rites that's currently underway. My colleague Preeti Priyadarshini is also very, very close to the singer, is joining us on the broadcast. Preeti, you have been telling our viewers your own memories, your own takeaways of from the singer's life, from Zubeen Garg's life. But the kind of assembly that we have seen ever since the demise of Zubeen Garg, it has been massive. The turnout, the show of support has been immense. That's what Zubeen Garg stands for.
Definitely, and the way I have met him, I have had some personal encounters with him because through interviews, so different functions we used to meet. But even those people who have never met Zubeen Garg from close, I tell you, they have only seen him from distant places. Even when there is a program he's performing at around 3 a.m. in the morning, and all the people will stay there. They will stay there just for the name of Zubeen Garg and just to have one glimpse of the singer from very, very far. Because this is the sea of people that he is seeing today is not for today. It has always been there. Every time the singer is there for a performance, people will make a sea of them. They will always gather in these many numbers. It always used to be very difficult for the administration to control the crowd that Zubeen Garg brings along. And it's very strange and it's very difficult to process that this crowd is now there for the last rites. Very difficult, again, I'm telling you again and again, because for not just these last 3 days, this will stay with the people of Assam for longer time. Any time and every time someone will listen to Zubeen Garg's song, every time there is an important event happening where we need someone to make the voice, to keep up the voice, we will always miss Zubeen Garg in those situations.
Also, there was a second post-mortem that was conducted on Zubeen Garg's body because of the growing demand. People wanted that to happen. His family wanted it to happen. They were not very satisfied with the one that was conducted in Singapore. Any details or when do we get to know about the reports of that autopsy?
No, we cannot say about the time. It has not been stated yet by which time we will be receiving the autopsy report. But people are eagerly waiting. There are still a lot of people who are very much actively working in groups. Zubeen Garg's fans are not just on the ground for the last rites, but they are also there working.
Right, Preeti, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We have Mr. Hariharan who's joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Hariharan, thank you so much for finding time and joining us here on CNN News 18. It is a very, very grim moment as the nation is bidding adieu to Zubeen Garg. It is his final journey. Last rites are being conducted in Guwahati. So your memory of Zubeen Garg?
Zubeen, I have met him. I've shared the stage with him. I was in Assam. I had a ghazal concert. He had come to listen to it, and we had a lot of time to sit behind backstage and talk. A very nice person, actually a shy person, and very respectful and an amazing soul, and the way he has touched the hearts of millions. I mean, an ordinary person can't do that. He was an extraordinary person, and he had that energy which God had given him, and he had put it to use. I mean, he served the people of his country, of his state, and I'm really lost of words, and I've been watching the way people have been talking about him, reacting to his demise, and he's a legend. I mean, he's going to grow forever. He's going to become he's humongous. But I'm telling you, his legacy is going to grow, and after 100 years, they'll be speaking of him. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's an amazing. God
Hariharanji,
bless his soul.
we were
Yeah.
just speaking to Udit Narayanji as well, and we were speaking about how Zubeen Garg's song Mayabini is already an anthem. People have been singing it
Yeah,
ever since, and we've seen the kind of gatherings, sir. People are
I
still
know.
in a state of shock, and the
Yeah.
assembly really speaks volumes about how they are not able to fathom that their singer, their favorite lad, is no more, their favorite son is no longer with them.
I mean, imagine how his music, his personality, his social commitment, the way it has touched. I mean, he's humongous. He's a saint, I would say. He's got the status of being a saint. Yeah, that's what he is basically.
Right, Mr. Hariharan, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts and your memories of Zubeen Garg. Thank you so much for being here on CNN News 18. Ladies and gentlemen, the final journey of the Ya Ali star, of the Mayabini singer, the song that has now become an anthem, Zubeen Garg. His mortal remains are currently in Guwahati, and you can see the sea of humanity that is, in fact, still making a beeline to catch that last glimpse of the singer before he's laid to rest. We've already seen how the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has paid his tribute, he's paid homage to the singer, and many continue to pour in to join in, not just the Chief Minister, but the entire family of Zubeen Garg, to say their final farewell, their final adieu to Zubeen. My colleague Preeti Priyadarshini also continues to be with us. Preeti, you were earlier talking about the autopsy that has been conducted again because of the growing demand to have one by not just the family, but more importantly, the fans, the admirers of the singer. And that report is still pending, but there have been several theories that started doing the rounds. And that is what had sown that entire seed of whether there was a foul play that involved Zubeen's death, considering he was epileptic, he was still, deciding to go into the waters, which was not allowed. All of those theories started doing the rounds, Preeti.
Yes, definitely, and that is why this demand, as you have already stated, there seems to be a foul play, because main reason behind this is everybody in Assam knew that he had seizures, and more than the people of Assam, it was his managers and people around him who knew that he had seizures, he had epilepsy. Then why take him to the water, and why be so careless in when he was in the water with Zubeen Garg? Like he is considered to be the Kohinoor of Assam. You are taking a diamond from this place to a distant place from Assam for a program, and you are being careless about that. That is something that the people of Assam have never accepted, and they will never accept, which is why they have asked for an second post-mortem and have said that they are not very happy with the results, and not about just being happy or not being happy, because that report, I tell you, has come out as drowning. Okay, the results were shown as drowning. Incident was shown as drowning. But the people there who were present there, they have stated it to be an incident of seizure attack. So how come the reasons are very different? First we were said it was paragliding, then it was said scuba diving, but there were a lot of people. It was not like it was Zubeen Garg and just 2 people. There were 15 people on the boat itself. There were other people from Northeast and Assam who were there for Northeast Festival. But no clear picture of what actually happened. So, which is why people want to come out they want to know about what was the reason. Sheer negligence is very, very clear, and they have for which they have asked for this autopsy, for which they have asked for the postmortem, and they are eagerly waiting. They are now in groups. We have seen various different Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups have been formed. They are discussing it. You can see it somewhere in a place in just behind the flyover. They are talking somewhere in a Tinali Chadani. They are grouping up and they are talking about the autopsy report. They are very much eagerly waiting. The number of people waiting there at the last where the place where the last rites will be performed, the same amount of people are grouped and they are talking about the autopsy report. They're discussing that something is not very very they cannot accept whatever happened in Singapore, because even after the death of the singer, there are reports that there were B2B meetings that were going on regarding this Northeast Festival. So very angry, very sad. But the only way they can now come out with a clear picture is the autopsy. Also, I have to tell you, you were mentioning about the song Mayabini, right? Mayabini has
Yes.
become an anthem, and this was the song. How can a singer, when he is alive, he just can say that when I die, when I'm no more, you play this song. This song will be the song which will be played at my funeral. And this is the song that which is being played. It has two very, although the entire song is an anthem, the two lines of the song, Dhumuhar Hote Mur, Bohu Jugore Nasun. It is something people of Assam have tattooed in them. They have inked themselves with these two lines. They want to keep these two lines because these two lines itself means that I will dance in the storm. And since the day he has left his life, he has died, since then we have seen two huge storms. When he was brought to Sajai and he was put in a coffin, people were giving they were offering for the last time to the singer. Then we could see the weather change. There was a huge storm that came in, and even yesterday when it was closed because today the last rites were to be performed. The Sajai Stadium was closed for the fans to offer. Even then, a huge storm was seen here in Assam, and people connect. People have now started connecting that all these different kind of natural phenomenon that has been happening in Assam since the demise of this legend. This is all connecting. This is all connecting to what Zubeen Garg used to say. And so strangely that in 2014, this is the same place where his last rites are being performed. That he came back from a performance from Jorhat, sat there, and there was a photograph that was taken by a journalist and it was published in a very popular magazine. And that that is the same place which was chosen by the government, and they never knew. This came up just yesterday, and the place was chosen 2 days back.
Okay.
So how come such kind of so many coincidences are happening that this is the same place he rested on a stone, like sitting on a stone, and this is the same place he is now on a funeral pyre. He will be on a funeral pyre in a very very less time. So it's very difficult and different for people. That a lot of these things are connecting, even with nature, and those people who will be doing the last rite. The three people that are named. One is Rahul Gautam Sharma, who is not related by blood to Zubeen Garg, but he
Okay.
used to call him as Pita. He used to call him as father. He was a child of a friend of Zubeen Garg, Rahul Gautam Sharma, and he is also a singer, a lyricist, particularly a lyricist. He was a kid when Zubeen Garg he entered into the scene of music industry, and this person he started calling him Pita. So that person is going to do the last rites, and another person is his own sister, Palmi Bothakur. So Palmi Bothakur is the only person of the three people who will be doing the last rite who is connected to Zubeen by blood. And the other person, the three persons I have told, one is Rahul Gautam Sharma, one is the sister, his sister herself, Palmi Bothakur, and the other person is another person who came as a house help to them, and later they were he was given the title of Garg, and the same person last, right, which is very strange that he has, even while living, he has always given this kind of a connection to the people. Arun Garg, the person's name is Arun Garg. Arun Garg came to him as a house help years ago, and he stayed there. He became so close to Zubeen Garg that he was given the title Garg, Arun Garg. He became Arun Garg, and now he will also be performing. He was the same person we saw was cleaning the coffin entire time while he was in Sarusajai. Entire time he was cleaning the coffin, and that's the same person who is going to also perform.
Absolutely, Preeti, you have given us very, very emotional and interesting details about Zubeen Garg, and the fact that we can see emotion really surging, and we can see the visuals that will get any heart to wrench because of the emotions that it commands. You can see his wife inconsolable as the singer is being laid to rest. These are the last rites of Zubeen Garg. Remember, the most influential cultural icon of Assam is being laid to rest. Zubeen Garg, an acclaimed Indian composer, singer, music director. He was a man of many hats, lyricist, an actor, filmmaker, also a philanthropist. He was primarily known for his contributions to Assamese, to Bengali, to Hindi, obviously, to the Hindi film industry, for his music and films. He sang in over 40 languages and also dialects, ladies and gentlemen, and that included Manipuri, Adi, Boro, English, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Nepali, Bhojpuri, Oriya, you name it. He was also a multi-instrumentalist. He played over 12 instruments, and many to his credit, like dhol, dotara, drums, guitar, the harmonica, the harmonium, the mandolin, the keyboards, tabla, various percussion instruments, all of this. To Zubeen Garg's credit, he was a multifaceted artist. Finally being laid to rest. There you can see his family on your screens as the final journey of the singer is currently underway. We also have our colleague Niloy Bhattacharjee with us on the broadcast. Niloy, Preeti was talking about these very, very crucial details from Zubeen Garg's life. And today, this very place where the final journey of the singer is taking place also has its own history, Niloy.
Right, as I had mentioned earlier, that this particular fair in Kamarkuchi, like Zubeen, it's a jungle area and hardly some 17, 18 kilometers from Guwahati. And when the government had shortlisted a couple of places, some few places in Jorhat, his native place where he was born, and few places in and around Guwahati. Finally, Zubeen's family chose a very nearby area because his father is ailing, so difficult to move his father from Guwahati to Jorhat. And finally, this particular place was shortlisted, a 10-biga area, and few residents nearby donated their land. The forest was cleared, and finally, the place where we are showing, this is Kamarkuchi, Hatikuri. So, eventually, in a magazine, yesterday it came out, a cover page in 2012, that Zubeen had clicked a photograph in this particular place, scouted by jungle, resting on a stone. And it's sheer coincidence that today he's been cremated in the same very place where he, some 10 to 12 years back, he clicked a photograph. So, and also the sandalwood that is stacked up for his fire. This is from the same very plant he had planted. So, like, he actually scripted everything. It eventually sees so. That it seems so that he has scripted everything. And today, in his fire, like his sister is there, the only surviving sibling, the Jonki, as Preeti has mentioned, died in an accident. And that accident also, if I tell you, that Jonki was traveling in a vehicle and Zubeen was traveling in another vehicle ahead of Jonki. So they were coming back from a performance, and Jonki suddenly realized that Zubeen likes to sleep in his journey. So she called up his brother and said that, like, brother, you come to my vehicle, this has more space, and let me go to your vehicle, and you can sleep here. And after 2 minutes, that same vehicle met with a condition.
We seem to have lost that link with Niloy, but Niloy was giving us an interesting anecdote. But while he continues to do that, here are the visuals of the final journey of Zubeen Garg. We do see his wife in the frame as well, along with the other members of his family, the people who he called his own, all of them together there, laying the singer to rest. Final journey of Zubeen Garg is currently underway in Guwahati. The singer who was known to many as their favorite son, most influential cultural icon of Assam. And there he is being laid to rest with many members of his family. Preeti was giving us an interesting anecdote on who these people are, not really bound by blood, but they were together in Zubeen Garg's journey, and together they are laying him to rest. A very, very emotional scene that's being played out at the moment as the last rites of Zubeen Garg is currently underway. It's a state funeral for Zubeen Garg. His mortal remains were draped in a traditional Assamese gamusa and then transported from the Arjun Bogeshwar Barua Sports Complex in Guwahati at around 8 this morning to Kamarkuchi for the final rites, which are currently happening. Prior to this, remember, a second post-mortem had been conducted and the body had been kept for the public homage. Family members who have been involved in the last rites include Zubeen Garg's sister. His wife, Garima Saikia Garg, was also present there, as you can see in the visuals. It was a very poignant moment as the Assam Chief Minister, just a short while back, even shared a video of Zubeen Garg's dogs bidding goodbye before the final rites. We also have been putting out visuals of the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma paying his respects at the cremation ground, along with Union Minister Kiran Rijiju, who was there representing the central government. Other notable figures also included singers like Pepon, who were there for the last rites. We do see how this is a widespread mourning that has been on since the very day people got to know about the news of the passing of Zubeen Garg. Fans have been breaking down emotionally. Large crowds, as you see, have joined in the last rites to bid the final adieu, final goodbye to their favorite son. My colleagues Preeti and Niloy are continuing to be with us on the broadcast. They will take us through what we see on the screens. This is the love that Zubeen Garg commands, and that is what is very, very palpable. Preeti, you were telling us that interesting aspect of the members of Zubeen Garg's family, not necessarily bound by blood. All of them together were involved in the last rites of the singer.
Exactly, Griha, and you see, you can hear the hummings of the same song, Dhumuhar Hote Mor Bahu Dugar Enasun. This is the song. This has been going on since the last 3-4 days, and even when he was alive. Mayabini was always a part of the people of Assam and Zubeen Garg. It was like of all the songs, there are so many songs that we can connect all the time, but Mayabini is like an anthem now. It has become very, very own, and it's very nice and also very sad and also painful to listen to this song now after his people have he's on the funeral pyre and we can see the last rites being performed. You are talking about the people. Yes, we can see Rahul Gautam, who is not really connected by blood to Zubeen Garg, Arun Garg we were speaking about, and it's only Palmi Bothakur here. As Eloy had said, he is the only sibling of Zubeen Garg alive. Jonki is not there now. Palmi is there. So Palmi is the only person who is connected to blood of those people who have offered, who has performed the last rites. And you can see Garima Saikya Garg on screen. She was bursting out in tears because they did not have a child. It was always Garima and Zubeen. Always, whenever we have seen them, it was only the two of them. But when people used to ask Zubeen why they don't have a child, why was there any particular reason that he did not have or did not want a child of his own? He said, "I have so many children. I have so many children in Assam. I have so many things to take responsibility of that I will not be able to do it if I get concentrated with one of my own." So you see, he did not have just one person connected. He had sea of people. He had animals, a lot of animals who he used to feed. There was a cow. I'm telling you very interestingly. There was a viral photograph that came in recently. A video also came up where he actually did a surgery to a cow. He helped the cow to get back to its life, and that cow was offering and sitting in front of Zubeen Garg's photograph and is looking at it for hours. People were pushing him to go. He was not going away. There was a crow. There was a crane where we saw that they were just there. They were just there and they were not leaving. They were sitting in front of the photograph of Zubeen Garg. Although people might call this as a crazy things, but definitely these are things that these are animals. These are the creatures who were connected to Zubeen Garg, not just human beings. He adopted a lot of rhinos, if I may tell. When there was this huge flood happened, because Assam is a place of flood, Geha, that every year we lose a lot of people, we lose a lot of land, we lose a lot of animals to the flood waters. And in such a year, he adopted a lot of rhino calves, and he started taking care of them, and he was not keeping those with him, but he was taking care of those rhino calves who came in the flood water. So he was a different kind of a person. We cannot really sum up in a sentence, a paragraph. Maybe all these people who are there, even if each one of them starts speaking about this, they will not end up saying about Zubeen Garg. Even though we take the entire day, entire year to talk about Zubeen Garg, it will be difficult to sum up Zubeen Garg. He was such a huge personality. And talking about Bollywood, Reha, it's very nice that we are bringing in a lot of people who were connected to Zubeen Garg from music. I had an interview with him on his 50th birthday or 49th birthday. And he said that I asked him that all these 49 years, Govinda, how would you sum up your life? What is that one sentence or one word you would take to sum up your life? He said it has been like a eucalyptus tree. It will be that huge, it will be that tall that it will never bow down. It will always be there. He used to compare himself with Kanchenjunga. He used to compare himself with the eucalyptus tree, the phoenix. And one quote that he followed, I asked, and he said that he had written this in his book, in his recent book on his 49th birthday. He wrote, "Nothing is free, not even your death." And very strangely, this is the cost. This is the cost we can see. His death cannot be paid. This is precious. This is like people never wanted to see, but this is also precious. Zubeen Garg's death is so precious that it can never end. This program can never end. This person can never end. This is a huge cost to the entire state of Assam. Nothing is free, not even your death. Definitely, this death is not free. This is so expensive on the people of Assam. It is even while we are showing the visuals on the screen, the fire being set to the body. I could not stop my tears. I had to mute my conversation with you, and I had to take my moment out of this because it's very difficult. We can see Garima Garg on screen. We can
Yes.
see his close people there, and so many close people. So such a huge family, such a huge family that everyone out there are in tears. No sun, no rain can stop them. That day, when it was raining heavily, it was a huge sun. People maybe would not have come out on a regular day, but because it was Zubeen Garg's last journey, how could people not be there? Everyone for 48 hours, Reha, without food, without water, they were just walking on the streets of the city and the state everywhere. They all went mad, all went crazy that Zubeen Garg is not there because it is more than losing someone even in your family.
Right.
Imagine
And Preeti,
listening to
it's
his
very
songs in the
important that you
morning.
also put this out and put this on record, because usually we scribes are accused of being disconnected from what we report. But considering you've had an equation with Zubeen Garg, you have met him through and through during the course of various interviews or your reportage, that connection really builds up, and it speaks volumes of the man, on the kind of connections he's had, irrespective of which walk of life one comes from. And that entire sea of humanity that I continue to speak of, the people who are assembled there, including the Assam Chief Minister, including the Union Minister Kiran Rijiju, all of them are together in bidding goodbye to Zubeen Garg. And that is the kind of connection he's had with all of these people. Niloy is also with us. Niloy, we were speaking about the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Baswa Sarma. It is very, very important to also note that he continues to be there till the final rites, till the pyre is lit. His connection with the singer also has been great. We could see how he was paying his homage to the singer, how he put out that video of his dogs bidding goodbye to Zubeen Garg.
Right, like Chief Minister has not slept last night. He was there in this site, monitoring and overseeing the preparation. He went there 4 times. He went to the stadium where Zubeen Garg's mortal remains was kept 3 times. Himanta Biswa Sarma was there in Delhi to receive his body. He ensured everything went on perfect. He kept on posting in his social media every day, every moment. Today also, when the entire convoy and entire his journey from Saraswati Stadium to the cremation ground, he kept on streaming live. The Chief Minister has not spared a stone, to ensure that Zubeen gets what he truly deserves. And for me, it's really heart-wrenching to see Zubeen going up to the flames like this. He was my school senior, he was my college senior. During my course of last 25 years of reporting, met him numerous times during COVID times. At night, he used to come up with his trailer van. He used to serve tea to the police person on the street. He was my football partner also. Every year when we have this football tournament, there is a team from Zubeen's side and we from the media side. Once I remember, I told him that score a goal. People have come to see you, not us. So he did score a goal. Everything is history. Everything is history. Never come back. But anyways, he shall live. As we saw Garima Garg. Where would you see somebody singing a song in a funeral pyre, in a funeral service? Garima was singing Mayabini all through, and along with him the whole lot of people. This is the best tribute we can give to Zubeen Garg.
And you were also talking about, Niloy, how he almost wrote it all down. He said that sing this song on my funeral pyre, and this is how it stands. This is the reality now.
When I am speaking, you see the song playing behind Mayabini.
Yes.
And I tell you, last 5 days, wherever in Assam you go, it's always Mayabini. It is always Mayabini. And if you stand here in any square and start singing Mayabini, you will have hundreds of people joining you as singing Mayabini. This is now the anthem of the state. This is now the anthem of the state, and it shall be sung everywhere. Mayabini, like that was Zubeen Garg. That was the command he had. And it's not because of his singing only or his versatility. It's the person himself, the simplicity, the honesty, he had, like, I tell you, like one small little incident, like from the organization of the line school, the authorities went to him and to approach him to come to the school in a function and sing. And somehow the manager did not have time, and he said that no, like time is not there. And finally, one fine day, before the function, the teacher of the school met Zubeen Garg and said that we came to your place 3-4 times, we couldn't get you. Well, why did you come? Well, we wanted you. Our students wanted you in the school for the function. Well, why not? Like tomorrow I'll be there. And he was there. He sang for 3 hours. And yesterday, one of the students was there in Saru Sajai, cannot see, but he was there. So when we asked him, like, Zubinda came to us, he sang to us, how could I stay back? I need to come here. And if I can't see also, I feel Zubeen Garg all around. But that was Zubeen Garg. Like, if I keep on talking, like, it will take days to end.
Absolutely. Everybody has a personal story, and you were just yourself laying down your own personal story of Zubeen, what your memories are from your college senior to your football playmate. Everybody shares these kind of stories with Zubeen. That is the impact that he's left with people, with everybody there in Assam and in many places around the country. And that's why we see this kind of a massive assembly. Not many people can boast of this kind of assembly. Everybody is there to show their love, to pay their last respects to the singer. Preeti also was just noting down her own personal story, her connection with Zubeen Garg, and that is the kind of impact that we continue and will continue to speak of when we speak of the singer. Mayabini, of course, is the anthem that he's left us with, like Preeti and Niloy were talking about, how it has not stopped playing. Even his wife, even as she bid her final adieu to her husband, kept on singing Mayabini as a final tribute to Zubeen Garg. And there we see shots of the kind of assembly that we have, the people who have gathered there in Guwahati to pay their homage to Zubeen Garg, who died unfortunately in Singapore in a diving incident. And ever since, the news of the singer passing has shocked all and sundry. His last rites have been performed in the Kamakuchi village. This is in Sonapur, in Guwahati, in Assam. Full state honors is with what the singer has been laid to rest. And this particular cremation ceremony also saw the Assam Chief Minister who's been there ever since in attendance. We also saw Kiran Rijiju, the Union Minister, in attendance, along with the family members, the fans, and the friends of Zubeen Garg. All of them gathered to bid an emotional farewell to the legendary singer. We talk about Zubeen, who is not just a national icon, but a cultural icon for the state of Assam. He can boast of many songs to his credit. If we take a look at the popular songs, the Hindi songs, as far as the film industry is concerned, it all started with Gaddar and films like Dil Se, Doli Saja Ke Rakhna, even Fiza, Kaante, Gangster. The list is immense. Ya Ali, of course, is something that people still continue to sing and remember him by. Now, many of his songs, whether it is from Chupke Se or Jal and many other films, continue to in fact ring in the hearts of people. We also in fact know him for his philanthropic efforts. Specific details of his personal life were relatively private, but he had been involved in very many of the philanthropic exercises which Preeti and Aloy have continued to in fact tell us about. The fact that Garg passed away at the age of 52 has left his fans, his family, everyone shocked. And there we can see the final journey of the singer with the Assam Chief Minister, also Union Minister Kiran Rijiju, in attendance, his wife, inconsolable, his sister, who was also part of the last rites, all of them present there to bid adieu to Zubeen Garg. Remember, Zubeen was in Singapore. It was on the 19th of September, that is this month itself, that a tragic accident while scuba diving took place, because of which he lost his life. He was in Singapore to perform at a music festival when this particular incident occurred. And as you can see, ever since that day, the mourning has not stopped. Tributes highlighting Zubeen's legacy as Assam's heartthrob, a voice that bridged regional and national music scenes, continue to resonate everywhere. There you can see the funeral pyre of Zubeen Garg, and many fans, admirers, all assembled there for the last rites. Not one eye that is not damp, that is not teary, as they bid adieu to Zubeen Garg. Preeti, if you are still with us, we do understand how emotional this entire aspect is, and this entire final journey is because of the connection that Zubeen had with everybody in the state of Assam and many in the country. What would you tell our viewers, considering we are putting across these very emotional scenes? Looking at his wife, nearly inconsolable, is heart-wrenching.
See, you have mentioned about how he went for the festival, Northeast Festival, and where we never knew that Zubeen Garg will never come back alive after going to that festival. He, in fact, was not willing to go, as far as the reports are concerned now, because he was not very well. He said he did not want to go, but there were financial some agreements also made for which he had to go. But he never came back alive. And very strangely, his next movie that was coming up in the next month, Roy Roy Binale. The Roy Roy Binale, as we have got the information about, the climax scene was very much same as this scene. He would have gone to the sea, and someone of his friends would go there to rescue him. Very strange connections. We have very strange connections are now being seen. And he had a song, Akashe Gate Lobore Mon, Hagor Tolit Hubore Mon. So in this same song, Mayabini, there are these two lines, Akashe Gate Lobore Mon. I want to take the sky and the sea in my body, and I want to go into the sea forever. So he went to the sea forever. It was like his songs, even the last moment of his life was Mayabini. Akashe Gate Lobore Mon, Hagor Tolir Hubore Mon. I want to sleep in the river, in the seabed. So that is how he went away. That is how his songs were, how he went away. And this moment of grief that he was speaking about his wife, Garima Saitya Garg, she will, I don't think, like the people of Assam, this will be very easy comeback to a normalcy for the people of Assam and even her. Because for her, it's a long story. It's a long story of love. It was a love story between Zubeen Garg and Garima Garg. When she was in Mumbai, she was there for studying. She was there for her education. They met and they had some connections. And that's how the love affair began. And then on a fine day, he decided he will marry Garima Saitya Garg. She belongs to Golaghat, and he became the son-in-law of the place called Golaghat. They had the marriage, and of the few people that you have mentioned, and we can see them on screen, is Pavitra Margarita, right? We see him very much engaged in this, and I could not even imagine how he is controlling his emotions, because he is a minister. He cannot actually show the way the emotions can be shown by a normal human being. But he is a very, very close friend, I tell you. Very and very close friend to Goldie. Goldie was his name, Zubeen Garg's name.
Right, Preeti, thank you so much for, in fact, mentioning all of these details for our viewers. Remember, Preeti just mentioned he wanted to live a life like the eucalyptus, like the Kanchan Ganga, larger than life, and that's what Zubeen Garg was for everyone. That's the final journey of the singer, Assam's beloved heartthrob, Zubeen Garg. We take a very short break with that.